Item C, under conduct of business, adopt a resolution proclaiming the termination of local emergency related to the Glenview fire.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of the City Council. You have heard about this item several times in the past since September 9th, at which time I proclaimed and the City Council subsequently ratified a state of emergency in the city of San Bruno. The actions that you have previously taken have extended that condition of emergency as originally declared as required under state law. In other words, you are required to continuously reevaluate the need for the continuation of the emergency declaration and to, by extension, terminate that emergency condition at the earliest practicable time. Under the city's code, the declaration of emergency and the specific documents that we executed allow for the city to suspend the normal requirements under state law for competitive bidding in the condition of an emergency situation in order that the city is able to respond immediately and effectively to deal with conditions of extreme peril to public safety and the condition of private and public property. While our situation and the situation of residents in our community is far from normal. In other words, we have not yet, and we will not for some time to come, be able to affirmatively state that San Bruno is back to normal. While that is the case, it is also the case that it is no longer in staff's recommendation necessary to continue the state of emergency and by those authorities to allow the city to suspend competitive bidding. When we last talked about this approximately a month ago, I told you that we were continuing the emergency, or that we recommended continuation of the emergency for as long as we could reasonably assure ourselves that the rainy season was not going to damage or provide an additional hazard to the conditions of the fire area, which obviously has been denuded of its normal vegetative cover and therefore at some risk of erosion or other types of hazard. As the Council is aware, we have initiated and are progressing well with actions to rebuild damaged retaining walls in the canyon. We have completed erosion control measures necessary to safeguard the condition of the public property in the canyon area. We've taken a variety of other actions to secure the physical and operational safety of the neighborhood that was so devastatingly impacted by the explosion and the fire. Again, while we are far from back to normal, we're recommending to you tonight, and that while we would state affirmatively that the effects of the emergency situation are still and will continue to be felt for some time, we recommend to you tonight that it is no longer specifically necessary to continue the state of emergency, and we're recommending at this time your action to officially terminate the emergency situation. Just for your information with regard to the retaining walls in the canyon, the wall on the Claremont side of the canyon, which was considered to be the most urgent repair needed, is virtually 95% complete. In other words, very close to full completion, and work is in progress on the retaining wall on the Glenview side of the canyon. And again, in anticipation of reasonably good weather and with the progress already made to date, we believe that that work will continue to be completed expeditiously. As the Council is aware, there remain many repairs that are necessary to both private as well as public property. Focusing on the public property, street, sidewalk, water and sewer repairs remain necessary, and those repairs, those permanent repairs, will be completed over the coming months during the construction season, and once we're able to complete the plans and all of the necessary preparations for that work. And again, we're not anticipating that there would be any reason why that would need to be done with a suspension of competitive bidding. So we would anticipate completing those repairs in the normal procedural manner. I'm happy to take any questions.
Any questions of the city manager?
Just real quick, I appreciate the slope update to the city manager. Can you just, maybe just also for the public, maybe give some ETA as far as the Glenview Street? It's been a big question about when it may be repaired and being able to be used once again.
Yes, the staff is currently in the process of identifying the design and the necessary scope of the repairs, both for the street, the sidewalk, as well as the park. We anticipate at this time being in front of the council later this spring with anticipated construction sometime this summer during the normal construction season to do the full repairs on Glenview. I'm also aware that, and that's for the completely rehabilitating the infrastructure in that area. There has been concern expressed or interest expressed among the community of whether that area could be made somewhat passable in a more timely manner, either to pedestrians or vehicles. We're looking at that as well, and obviously our primary consideration is the safety of the public in and around both that damaged infrastructure as well as proximate to what is a very steep drop-off and unprotected slope at the current time into the canyon. There remains some consideration of the need to protect and maintain the explosion, the blast site hole open. But those are all activities closing the hole and potentially allowing some form of accessibility through that area. I would anticipate we might be able to do some of those things sooner than the full repairs will be completed.
Thank you.
Any questions? Action on this item?
If not, I'll go ahead and introduce the resolution to terminate the local emergency.
Councilmember Medina.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Connell.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Salazar.
Aye.
Mayor Ruane.
Aye.